Assalamualaikum and Hi to our lecturers. Let me introduce you our group members.
Hi, Assalamualaikum. My name is Nurul Natasya Binti Ramli. I'm here to present about trade union in one company. Any organization or employees whose workplace is in West Malaysia is referred to be a trade union. A trade union is an association of people who get together to establish an organization with the majority of its members being workers. On the other hand, trade union to try to form close working relationship with businesses. This can take a form of a cooperative agreement between the company and the union that outline their common goal and objective.
There are three categories of unions in Malaysia, which are Public Sector Employees Union, Private Sector Employees Union, and the last one is Private Sector Employers Union. So, private sector divided into two, which are national unions and in-house unions. So, in-house union is a trade union whose members are all employed by the same employer in the same place of employment. Example for in-house union in Malaysia are WR Grace Sdn Berhad Employees Union, Malaysia Proton Employees Union, Telekom Berhad Employees Union, or Tenaga Nasional Berhad Employees Union. Next, in my part, I will explain about objective of in-house union. So everything that is to be made or formed must have its own objective as well as in-house union. So objective of in-house union are the same as other trade unions, which is to promote the members' interests such as industrial, social, and intellectual. With the existence of in-house union, it can protect the interests of the union members by promoting or bringing employees issues and problems to the employer. Second objective is to acquire and preserve justice for members in terms of adequate rates of remuneration, job security, and reasonable working hours, as well as working circumstances. Third objective is to improve the members' material, social, and educational well-being. With the existence of in-house union, it can bring issues such as social welfare to the employers themselves to be given attention and improved, so that the members of the union's company are protected. And the last objective is to promote legislation that affects the members or trade unions' interests in general. Within in-house union, it can promote laws that may affect the interests of the union member themselves. As others union, in-house union also have its own benefit for both sides, employers and employees. First benefit of in-house union are less influence from outsider. This means that when a problem occurs, a third party, whether an outsider or the government itself, cannot intervene. Only the employers and employees can resolve their problem that arises in such fairly and equitable ways. Second benefits of in-house union are employees are more likely to be motivated and satisfied. This is because the individual rights of employers under in-house union are more protected and effectively represented by employers, because members of in-house union are only among employees that working under the same company. Third benefit of in-house union are employees can bargain and engage with their employers through an in-house union. This is due to the company or employers can focus on their employees only. With a closer relationship between the employers and employees, it can create a peaceful and harmonious relationship between employers and employees. And last benefit of in-house union are negotiation can be made easier with the support of in-house union. Communication with in-house union simplifies negotiation procedure by eliminating the need to negotiate with multiple employees, because union officials speak on behalf of the entire workforce.
The differences between national union and in-house union. Okay, for the first is we can see that national union is just focus and cover all workers in the same occupation, industry or trade. So, in house union also not involve outside intervention.
Next, the same employers in the same place of employment is an house union, as long as they work in the same trade or industry, and the target membership all work in the private or public sector. Because of their small membership, in-house unions are unable to provide additional advantages such as scholarship to their members. Meanwhile, national unions strive to represent all employees in the same industry or trade, but it does not cover workers throughout Malaysia.
Third differences between in-house union and national union is that in-house union cover all Malaysian workers not only in Peninsular Malaysia but also including Sabah and Sarawak, while national unions do not cover all workers throughout Malaysia but only in Peninsular Malaysia or only cover for Sabah or for Sarawak.
The level of productivity of the employee will be increased. It is about how the productivity is can measure of efficiency of a person completing a task and duties. So in the national union, the union are associated with the higher productivity to the reduce the employer's turnover. While in the house union, the union will lead to the higher productivity and effectiveness of the employee working skill and knowledge.
Next, I will tell to my part, which is the negative impact of the house union. Firstly, it can increase the unemployment rate. It is because when the house union rise, the wages of workers above that set by the government, it can give effect to the increasing the unemployment rate. It is because the employer are able to hire few employees with high salary, so it is not good for the union. Okay, for the second negative impact of the house union is the decision in house union may not always align with individual workers' wishes. We can see that house union is from a private sector that have a small union and have limited members' right. So sometimes for small problem that be had by employers or members, it can be solved by insider, but for certain problem or big problem, it difficult to solve the problem. So we can see it from this, we can see that house union have a lack of management, because anything that happen in house union, it just be known between them, so it cannot be involved by outsider.
There are many rights of employees and employer that should be emphasized in all team while at the workplace. Right, which mean the legal or social or ethical right to exercise or not in the current circumstance against employees. The first right of employees or employer is legal action. If there is a current problem in the workplace, such as discrimination, justice, or others against employers or employees, they can take legal action against what happened and take the case to the court to be resolved amicably. Secondly is finance support. Finance support means the financing of the payment of interest fees and monthly membership subscription made by the members once they join as union members. Next is representation in the court proceeding. Legal representation is about the party court proceeding attended by the legal professional to help an employee or employer who have been wronged or unfairly treated by an irresponsible party. Lastly is industrial action. Industrial action occurs when union members are in a dispute with their employer that cannot be resolved through negotiation. If an employee or employer are dissatisfied with something, they will decide to resolve it by making a report to industrial action.
Liability is the fact that someone is legally responsible or accountable for something. There will be positive effect and negative effect due to a particular responsibility. Liability in Trade Union Act are divided into two, namely liability in tort and liability in contract. Liability in tort under common law trade unions organization of industrial action will almost result in some form of responsibility. Section 22, subsection 2 of the Trade Union Act state that any legal and registered trade union is liable for any of their action that involve of the poverty and right of their parties. Liability in contract. Every registered trade union is liable for any contract it or an agent working on its behalf entered into provided. However, that a trade union is not liable for any contract that is void or unenforceable at law. Next, we move to privilege of employees. A term, condition, or privilege of employment is the liability of advance in a work. The aim of the registered trade union shall not be regarded to be unlawful just because they are in restraint of commerce, so as to subject any members of such trade union to criminal prosecution for conspiracy or otherwise, or to declare any agreement or trust void or voidable. A registered trade union has the right to make decisions together with the employers.
I will conclude that house union have negative and positive impact to the union. From this, we can see that it is very important to have a good relationship between employers and employees to prevent dispute between them, so that they can give performance and also can do work as well.